Hey there, how are you doing team? Gadgetox here and we welcome you all to a very interesting video. In this video, we'll tell you how Android 8.0 Oreo improves your Android user experience. As you know, Android 8.0 Oreo is the latest Android iteration which has been made public by Google, and it should be heading to your devices very soon, obviously depending upon how your device's manufacturer takes the update and tests it and then passes it on to you. Why we will focus on the major changes and the user improvement or like usability changes which are there with Android 8.0 Oreo. And when we say that, we will obviously talk about every major thing that Android Oreo brings. We will also talk a bit about the under the hood changes which come with Android Oreo, which will improve your user experience. So starting with the UI changes, if you just talk about the launcher, there are not many changes here as you can notice. So let me just tell you that this is a Nokia 5 which comes with Android 7.1.1 out of the box, and this is Nexus 5X which runs the latest build of Android Oreo. Now if you talk about just the launcher, obviously you can notice that not much has changed. This is similar behavior that you will see, similar app drawer. So just talking about the launcher, you would not notice many changes. What and I mean, we'll start noticing changes when you go to the action center, the notification center. Now you will notice lots of changes. So as you can notice, the action center has been revamped. It's like kind of complete revamp. So all these buttons which were like edit, settings, profile, it has been moved to bottom of the action center. The icons have changed, the color, the background look have been changed, and it's mostly to make it declutter it and make it look better. So it obviously looks slightly better than what it used to be, but many may still like the feel of this darkish action center which was on Android Nougat. Many may like this kind of action center, but if you ask me, I would rather let me decide or let a user decide what kind of action center theme he likes. So maybe if I like it should be dark or light, but obviously what it is here. You can notice it, you can see it. So basically, as I said, this action center has been revamped, lots of changes. Now if I go to the notifications particularly, so there are like many changes or many new features which are there for the app notifications. So here you will notice one extra schedule kind of icon. So if you tap on that, you can see that you can snooze a notification or snooze an apps notification for some time being. So like 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 2 hours, etc. You can snooze it. Similarly for, I can do that, I can undo it as well. Here you can see that I can do much more with notifications, disabling, enabling. Then I can go to more settings. When I go to here, you will notice many more changes in terms of apps notification. So if you go to apps notification, you can see allow notification dot. So if notification comes, you will on the apps icon, you will see a dot. So I can allow or disallow that. Here you can also just enable or disable apps notifications. You can also set it to override do not disturb if you set it. So these are the changes that you can easily notice from the action center, notification center. Now if I now go to another part, the settings, there also you will notice lots of differences. The focus of Android Oreo has been to declutter the interface. So this is Nougat and this is Oreo. Now you can notice how the how imposing or how intimidating the settings interface was earlier on Nougat. All the settings were like, it's a big page which you can scroll down and scroll down and scroll down, and you can actually notice that it was obviously imposing or intimidating, but now it has been made sort of clutter free. So it's a smart change that I would mention. So lots of menus here, they have been collated under the, lots of sub menus have been collated under a big menu. So here you had seen wireless networks, here you will see network and internet, but you would not see the scattered different sub menus. For checking the sub menus, you have to go to network and internet. This is obviously a smart change. As I said, it's not intimidating or very long scroll. So when you come here, you can now notice all the different options. So this was for network internet. If you go to other like device and display, so now you can notice another change. So not only there are sub menus here, also within like under this display menu, many options are under this advanced. So here, as I said, if you go to like display, then you have seen again a big menu kind of, which you have to scroll and go. So here you don't need to go there, you don't need to see many things at one glance. If you want, you can go to advanced. So this is again a smart change, as I said. So better change for improving your usability or Android user experience. So as I said, the focus of Oreo has been on improving the Android user experience, and everywhere from the action center to notification to settings, or everywhere you will see this kind of thing, this kind of feel. So now let me go back, settings home. So even the setting home looks very much kind of very much well arranged in Oreo as compared to here. So now if I go to the battery, so here you will again notice a bit of difference in how the battery page appears. So again, clutter free, and the settings are there, which are like you can just toggle them to go to the battery saver, battery percentage, etc. If you tap on the battery icon, then you go to a similar page which was there on Android Nougat. So again, lots of improvement. And this is kind of a theme here. So for earlier, if you needed to check a system update, let's say, so it was a bit tricky. So you have to go to settings home. From there, you needed to go about phone and then check. Here, it's all kind of collated under or put under system. So you go to system, and just you can check system updates, developer options. So it's clearly mentioned here. So it's all a nice touch for me, if you ask. Now let me quickly tell you some important changes which have arrived for apps notifications. I had shown you one change, and I'll show you more changes here. So if you go to apps, app info. So if I go to this Google Allo, so here you can see that in app notifications, not only you can enable or disable notification dot, but also there are categories. So all the categories of different kind of notifications, uncategorized, chat suggestions, contact updates, etc. are available, which you can disable or enable, depending upon whether you want a notification with that or not. So this is very, very neat and useful thing that you can control the notification even to the level of categories of notification. Now going back, there are some more changes which I would like to show it to you. So if we go to an app like VLC, here is that I wanted to show it to you. So there is one more very interesting feature which has arrived. It's a kind of multitasking feature which is called picture in picture. So how it works like that, if you are using an app which has this capability of picture in picture, so let's say you move away from the app, but still there will be a small box which will feature there the app which you were using. So let's say you were watching a video in VLC. So it has a feature of display over other apps. Okay, let me quickly show it to you what I mean. So this is called picture in picture mode. So you will try, but it will not work as for now. So let's say you were watching a video on YouTube, and if you move away or like kind of swap to another app, but still there the video of YouTube should keep showing there. So I will just show you a demo of that, what I'm talking about. But I'll just because before telling you, I should tell you that this picture in picture, though here you can see that it's enabled, it does not work. So Google need to do some kind of work with developers so that more and more developers can enable this feature in their apps. So currently I can just demo it with help of VLC app. So let's quickly check it, how it works like. So now you can see that the VLC is playing in a small window here. Even if I am on home screen, but still if I want, I can see that VLC this in the small window VLC is playing. So and this crashed. So obviously it's a kind of a beta implementation in VLC as well. So this is picture in picture mode. So in a way, if it is enabled, it will allow you to keep working with other apps while the app that you had been using will show there in a small window. So this is a very neat feature which has arrived with Android Oreo, but it's very like it's early days, so it has not been implemented much. One more feature that I would like to show it to you is that when you like now with the notification pick a kind of color, background color. So different notification from the same app can have different colors. So I just wanted to show an example of that. So let's go to Google Music. So as the music starts playing and you can see the album art. So this is the album art of this. So now if you go here, if you go to the notification center, interestingly now you will see that this music, the whole small music player and the notification part which is made there is at notification center will have the same album background, album art background. If you go to the lock screen, the lock screen will also show you the same album art background. So it's a kind of a neat feature and visually appealing. So these were the major changes or major visible or noticeable changes that Android Oreo brings over the Android Nougat. We talked about UI changes, we talked about how the overall user experience have been improved or has been changed for like decluttering of action center, decluttering of settings, etc. And then there are lots of new features in apps notifications. You see the picture in picture mode. I would also like to talk about a very interesting feature which is text selection. It's a kind of that Google it's a kind of feature which I would really like to have, and Google has worked on that, and which is very very good. So let's say that if I want I am doing a text selection, so this feature is dependent upon the like a kind of machine learning which Google is using in their apps. So I would just try to demo it to you so that you understand it properly. So let's say if there is a phone number in some mail which I am using, if I just go and copy it, so now you see that not only I see copy and share options and other options like select all web search, I also see option of phone. So by using machine learning, my phone or this Android Oreo recognizes that I am trying to copy a phone number, and it gives me an option to directly call this. So this is quite an interesting, a good feature, which obviously enhances a lot. I mean, it does a lot to enhance your user experience. Not only this, not only the phone number that you can select, as I said, you can also pick an address or something, and it will show you relevant option. So it will show you relevant option related to that. If it is address, it will show you other options, kind of. So this is how this smart text selection works. So this is also a very very interesting feature. So we talked about those features which you can actually notice and which are there with Android Oreo. Let's quickly talk about the under the hood changes. So under the hood, Google has tried try to change what it calls Android vitals. So what are like vitals? So they're like they have changed how apps work in background, how the battery life is battery life is impacted by that. So in a way, your battery life will be much better with Android Oreo because Google has made many changes under the hood. The system will perform better, it's much more optimized than it ever was, even on Nougat. Nougat was itself very optimized, but even for a device with less memory and the processor which are not very capable, still it will work better because it has worked on the vitals, which are like, as I said, the vitals are more like how the system is optimized, how the performance is, how the background, how in the background the apps behave. So it all helps in getting better performance and much better battery life. So this is what and how Android Oreo actually improves your Android user experience. So with that, we come to end of this video. Hope you have liked the video where we have compared Android Oreo to Android Nougat, and we also told you how it overall improves your user experience. So thanks for watching and stay tuned for more interesting videos.